Hey guys, yep, it's time for the big one. In this video I'm going to be taking a look at the Zoids wild Grachiosaurus right here. I will show you what's in the box. I will build it on camera as I've done a couple of times with Zoids wild kits now. And then we're going to take a look at what it looks like in motion. So yeah, the box, as you can tell, is quite big, although it's not as big as the boxes for some of the really big ones in the older releases like Ultrasaurus or Mad Thunder. Other than its size, though, there's nothing that special about it. It's just the usual stuff that you expect on a Zoids Wild box. You've got the parts here, your bone mode, regular walking mode, and get the glare from my LED lamp off the box here. And this is Wild Blast mode, of course. And yeah, that's it. I'm not going to open up the box on camera. I'm just going to get the parts out of here and then lay them out for you so that you can see. Otherwise, this is going to get unwieldy because I have to film this standing up because the box is too big. So let me get the parts out of this and then we'll take a look. Okay, so yeah, it turns out I have to do the back separately because there's too many parts in this kit. This is everything that's in the A bag. There's actually 4 separate bags of parts in the A bag. Never seen this many on a Zoids Wild kit. Obviously, this is all the bone mode stuff. We have the body halves here. We have the neck halves here. Legs, a bunch of greebles, the feet. I don't know what this is. The rib cage. This all looks very familiar for a Zoids Wild kit at this point, of course. And what I have to say also looks familiar is this is half of a neck. No joints, nothing. The legs, evidently also one big unjointed chunk again. Yeah, I really wish they'd start making these with more joints and just more interesting motion, but guess not. All right, let's take a look at parts in the parts in the B bag. Did I just say the B bag? I guess it's a good thing these bags don't go below, but beyond that letter, huh? Anyway, the light blue colored parts that you see here is what's in the B bag. The rest is from the S bag. Actually, I was able to fit that in the picture as well because there's not that many armor pieces, at least for the size and the complexity of the Zoid. You've got, I guess this goes on the head. This is probably tail here, more tail. This looks like leg armor. This is obviously the big Wild Blast contraption pieces. We've got these crank pieces that are going to go on the gearbox. We've got yellow eyes bagged separately. We have a sticker sheet that's the exact same size as always, actually. And also this really weird pilot here with super elongated legs, as if these pilots didn't look weird enough. Also, while I'm at it, I can show you this. This is how the gearbox, big gearbox comes with this big contraption built around it. I mean, this is obviously, I don't know if I should move this now when the motor's not turned on. There's a lever here, and this seems to move, and this is obviously where these two things snap forward, and here's the battery compartment. So yeah, that's the gearbox. It looks interesting. Also, before I forget, oh yeah, here's the S bag with, of course, the rubber caps, of which I'm guessing there's 2 extra ones. Also, I said there was no point in opening the box on camera, but actually, it's a little hard to show. Pull the camera back a little and see if that helps. This is what the inside of the box looks like. I just put the bone parts in here to keep myself organized. You actually pull this out, and then there is this cardboard insert here, and this is where the gearbox was. So you do get the cardboard thing with the digital camo, but it's actually quite different from what these boxes usually look like. So yeah, take that for what it's worth. Speaking of taking things for what they're worth, I'm going to start building now, so let me get that ready. Okay, there's too much stuff here, man. I don't know how to keep the stuff organized. So anyway, in an absolutely shocking turn of events, of course, we start by putting the cranks on the gearbox. And then part number A1, which appears to be this fella, goes on here. Interesting. There's a gear here, but it doesn't seem to do anything. Okay, this is supposed to snap into place like this. Next we have this grill piece here that clicks onto the front of the chest like so. Then we attach the body halves, and as always I grabbed the wrong one first. If you've been watching a lot of my reviews and just generally videos of me building things, you really should sort of take a certain degree of comfort at this point in the fact that some things never change. Like, I always grab the wrong part first if there's two similar ones, and I don't think I've really fully made an ass of myself in this video yet. It's going to get worse. Something more embarrassing is going to happen. Maybe I'll finally snap something. Or not be able to snap these body halves together. That would be fun too. Is this in the right place? Does not look like it. Anyway, this again goes on, oops, or doesn't go on here, like so, for the frickin' third time now. And then here you gotta be careful, like the peg that doesn't have a hole, this one is the one that goes on this side, right? Because this peg on this side looks different, and yeah, if you don't do it that way, it ain't gonna work. This is probably what caused it to just sort of flip itself over when I first assembled this. All right, now A6 goes on the back here. This piece, actually on the bottom. This is one of them clamp pieces that hold everything together, see? Okay, now put this aside for now, and we've got some tail to assemble. So I'll grab all the tail parts here, just so I can put them away again afterwards when I've realized that I don't actually need them. Okay. This thing with the hoses here. Okay. So we've got this guy who looks like a dead face hugger, and we attach these hoses on the bottom. Then the second segment of the tail gets this piece. I guess, at least the tail's jointed. That's good. If I can get it together. No. Up, right? Yeah. Well, this is in. And this is in. When I decided today to make this video, basically my thought process was, you might remember, I actually said I was gonna do a written review of the Grachiosaurus and just do the coup I got as a YouTube video, and then I decided to do this. And the reason is basically that I was thinking, the build process is not something that needs to, be documented with a ton of pictures and, long commentary like I usually do when I write a build review. it's really okay to just, hold on, I was supposed to put this together first. Okay, so wait. Tail segments go together like this, and this is actually not really a joint. It just kind of wiggles around a little. Okay, again, this goes here. Yeah, there's definitely a lever mechanism in here to drive some sort of tail movement though, because you hook the second half in here, and then no doubt, although let me check the instructions first. Yeah, you sandwich this together with the other one, and that's the tail done. So where was I? Oh yeah, I was thinking, you know, these videos of me building these kits are actually kind of amusing. At least if you enjoy watching me make a fool of myself, I guess. And there's no point doing a long write-up about the build. And really, the most important part of any video about a Tomy Zoid is, I mean, of any review about a Tomy Zoid, I should say, is really always making a video of it walking. Like, written reviews of these kits, I kind of like doing them because it's sort of an expression of me being a complete idiot. An expression of how seriously I take them, because Tomy Zoids have a very, very special place in my heart. But at the same time, it really makes more sense to just show you guys everything in action. And also the build, you know, especially with Zoids Wild, because it's so quick, and I'm just, you know, I'm just doing this. I mean, I'm sure you're all looking at the clock while this video is playing. I just realized I've only been building for 10 minutes, and most of that was putting the body halves together and taking them apart again 5 times because I'm an idiot. Okay, I just figured out what the point of that lever was. So, yeah, now that we've assembled the legs, it's ribcage time. And this lever piece here that I was moving around earlier because I wasn't sure where it's supposed to go, this is supposed to connect with that, and it won't go in there because it's in the wrong place. Oh, it just wiggles around anyway. Okay, so let's see. That's in. Okay, good. All right. And also there's a slit here that the other peg goes into behind this one. And that's it. Pretty much the usual. You know, we've got the crank piece in the front, and then the big lever mechanism with the ribs on it, driving the walking movement. Leg is on. So is the other one. Let me get some more caps. How many am I supposed to? Okay, 3 actually, because we put 1 here and 1 here, and that's 3. Okay, legs are on. Now, obviously, same thing on the other half, except for the little extra lever mechanism that is going to drive something. This is probably going to be like on the Wild Liger, you know, where you turn it on and then it just sort of walks forward, and then the Wild Blast mode turns itself on. And that's probably what that lever mechanism does. You can't imagine what else, because, oh, yeah, I mean, this isn't going to move normally as it walks. You know, this is this is where the neck attaches, and it's obviously on some sort of coil spring because it stays upright when the Zoid's in normal walking mode. Okay, here's the neck. in all its unjointed, dubious glory. And we attach it like this, yeah. I'm sorry, I'm just sort of trying to get things right the first time. And this looks a bit odd because it doesn't actually attach with a peg. It's more like a tab at the top. Okay, now I have to do this in a way where you're probably not going to see anything, but then again, I do that all the time. At least this time I'm doing it knowingly and on purpose. Okay, that's okay. That all snaps together like that, leaving us with a nice big fat seam line. And yeah, there you go. That's the neck. It's getting difficult to get the whole thing on camera already. Just a few more things and we're done with bone mode. This little greebly thing, whoops, or is it just a greebly thing? I think that actually does something. Because it does connect to this piece on the neck that is going to move. And but not like that. Oh, no, it is just agreeable. It's just agreeable. Oh, off camera again. Okay, yeah, I just attached this here. Sorry guys, this is another landslide success of a video. All right, the head, and then we're actually done with bone mode. Head halves go on. I should have done this as a written review. Head halves go on like this. Oh God, there's okay. Posable mouth. That's it. No opening and closing mechanism. But nice big fat white spruce scar. I guess that's something. Sorry to be so negative, guys, but there's some things about this line are not quite to my taste. Okay, here's Ned. I'm the Loch Ness Monster. Yeah, so that's bone mode. Let me see. Whoops, he says, moving his chair backwards and making a lot of noise. All right, this is what it looks like in bone mode. If I stand it up, you're not going to be able to see anything. So I'll just show you like this. Get this out of the way so it's a little less cluttered. Yeah, this is bone mode. As you can see, it's about the size of an A3 sheet of paper because that's the size of this cutting mat. Okay. Let me get this bony boner out of the way. Yes, I did just make a boner joke about a Zoids Wild Kit because I am lame. My life's mission is to make your dad look cool. Okay, so have to get him here. I don't know how good this is going to look on camera, but anyway, the first thing we do is put this on his hump. Like that. And then we've got two armor pieces that go on there. Excuse me while I dig through my box of parts. Here we go. These two on the sides here. This is where the pilot goes, huh? Okay, now tail armor. I need this in a second. Right now though, I need the pointy piece of pointiness, which we have right here. And it goes on something like this. pieces and then can't figure it out. Like so. Yeah, that's in. And then the next one. Hold on, let me put this sideways. Actually, it looks better for you guys and I can see what I'm doing. Which we'll see if that's an improvement, but okay. Apparently that's as far as that goes. More tail armor. I like that there's so many pegs on these things. You could deck them out with all kinds of weapons. If I ever do get around to painting one of them, I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. Okay, now leg armor. Let's see if I can locate all 4 of them and just get them installed. Okay, this goes on the other side because of course I grabbed the wrong piece. This is the one for the side we're looking at right now. Okay, no, I've got this all backwards. And if I'd have just kept my mouth shut, you guys wouldn't even have noticed. Okay, obviously the little ones go on the front. So this one goes on the other side, and here we've got this one. He's got these like chisel-looking things that I guess are pointing at the ground to do something. Okay. That's the leg armor in place, like so. Oh no, I'm supposed to put the top stuff on there as well. So let me grab those pieces because hearing me dig around in my parts box without actually seeing anything is totally exciting stuff, isn't it? If there's like a YouTuber of the Week award, I should get it. Okay, this goes here. And this one goes on the side here. Ta-da! And that's the legs. Oh, I like that. That's cool. That's really cool. You know how like the rear leg piece has this ring around the cap and then this one doesn't have it? That's a really cool design element. I've never actually noticed that looking at pictures. Okay. Hey, I don't hate this kit, you know, in case it sounded like that from my earlier negativity. There's just certain things. I have certain disappointments with the Zoids Wild line. They mostly have to do with the walking motion because, I mean, this Wild Blast thing it's okay, but it doesn't blow me away. I'd rather have jointed legs, especially on this guy. So yeah, I complain about that stuff. But it doesn't mean I hate the kits. I'm very happy that there's Zoids again. Trust me. I couldn't possibly be happier. Why is this coming apart? Okay, that's the leg armor on both sides done. Not that many pieces left. So, up next we have the Wild Blast ground pointer hammer things. Okay, now here's some good news. You see all this? These, you know, they always looked really, really empty in pictures, but there's actually some pretty cool internal detail here that if and when I get around to painting this kit, I'm going to have a lot of fun with that tubing. Okay, so, of course this is just totally hollow, but could be worse. And of course I grabbed the wrong one. And this one goes on here like never take me off again. That's how. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, that snaps into place pretty tight. You're going to want to keep that on there once it's on. Now, second one. Why doesn't this fit? Okay, it does. Okay, I hope I didn't break something in there by doing this. Okay, they seem to be staying in place, so kind of wobbly though. I wonder if that's actually supposed to be that way or if it's going to change when it's turned on, because I don't like that. Okay, neck armor. That doesn't look right. Which pegs? Oh, okay, one of them is for the armor pieces to actually peg into one another. This goes on like this, and that goes on like that. Okay. And finally, almost done. Looking nothing like in the instructions. Here are the pegs. You know what? If I turn this around, it'll be a lot easier for me to do. Okay. I think the reason it's floppy is because this thing is like halfway into its wild blast mode or something. Anyway, you need to put the eyes on and the head armor. And we're done, right? Yeah, okay, there we go. As usual, S2 and S3. And as usual, I can't tell what the difference is. Get them out of the bag. Sorry, my fingers are so gnarly looking, by the way, but I've been painting Warhammer miniatures like all day long. Okay, yeah. See, when you hold it like this, there's a little tab here, and it's supposed to point slightly downward. And that means this is S3, and that means it goes on this side of the head, and I'm probably wrong. Nope. Okay, that makes up for all the other stuff, by the way. Just so you know, I've just decided the fact that I got the eyes in with no trouble on camera right the first time, that makes up for all the other stupidity, because I've literally never done that before. Okay, now head, armor, and we're done. This attaches like that, and this goes on like that, and we are finished. No, actually we're not. Pilot. The pilot goes on this back, yeah. Oh yeah, the instructions actually don't tell you where to put the pilot. Okay, it's kind of obvious though. Daddy Longlegs goes on here. This is an actual cockpit, by the way. Just, you know, in case you're one of those people that are pissed off that these kits don't have cockpits. Okay, so yeah, that's the Grachiosaurus all finished. I still have the stickers to put on. Also, of course, 2 caps left over. I'm just gonna put him down like this for a second so that we can get a look at it. And then I'm gonna go make a video of the walking movement, of course, and put this in the middle here so we can take a nice look at it. And here he is in motion. He walks, the neck moves, and the tail swings. As you can see, because the neck isn't jointed, to be honest, the head movement looks a bit weird. Wild blast mode though. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. And here we are on the spinny thing. I kind of feel like I don't really have that much to say about this kit that I haven't already said about all the other Zoids Wild models. In terms of proportions and the overall design, it looks good, but I'm just not a fan of the collars. And I really wish the legs were jointed so the walking movement would look a bit more natural, and obviously, like I said, the neck. Also, the Wild Blast mode, it certainly looks fantastic in motion, and as far as that goes, I'd say it's the best one yet. But the downside is that it really kind of hurts the overall appearance of the Zoid because you're looking at these big hollow chunks of plastic. And as you can see here, they're more detailed on the inside than you'd think at first glance, and maybe when I paint my second one, I'll pick out some of this detail to see if it's salvageable. But more likely, I'm just going to leave off these parts because I'll just display it standing still anyway, but we'll see. And finally, here are two size comparisons. First of all, with the Ultrasaurus, obviously. As you can see, the Grachio looks pretty puny in comparison. And here he is next to a Seismosaurus. I'd say these two are pretty close. The Seismo's neck and tail are longer, but the Grachio has a slightly bulkier torso, so yeah, it about averages out. And that's it for this one. As always, I had fun making this, and I hope you had fun watching it. Likes, comments, and subscriptions always appreciated, of course, and I'll see you in the next one.